Dawkins, he rolled off of that for a field goal early in this series. Here is Cheeks, and he traveled, and he's gone to the Lakers. Two statistics. The Lakers have turned the ball over more in each game than the 76ers, but the Lakers have dominated the rebounding end.
Cheeks has only 10 turnovers in the first 4 games, and now he has 11 with that one.
Into Kareem, James' first shot.
You know it's got to be tough. You guard a guy like Kareem, and you see him passing the ball around his place, and you know sooner or later that's where it's coming.
Julius in the corner. Jamal Wilkes. And as he came up, there was a foul call.
It's going to be against Wilkes as Dr. J passed the ball out. He got caught up in the air, but Wilkes bumped him. Not very happy with the call.
Oh, Rod, he doesn't get caught up in the air. He goes up there and he'll do something.
He stays there for a while.
They had cleared out the right. Over on the left, Atlanta Hollins. He has not shot well. Off to Norm Nixon. In the middle, Nixon with the speed comes right up behind Caldwell Jones. Didn't see him coming, but it was effective defense nevertheless. Here's Magic. And Dawkins flying at the ball as it goes out of bounds.
Well, Magic more or less telegraphed this play when he gave that head and shoulder fake and then ducked in, and Dawkins easily watching him, number 53. Here he knows he's going to take the shot, and he moved right in. Good block by Big D.
76ers driving toward a block shot record is Norm Nixon on that little sort of half fadeaway jump shot of his.
He says, I like pressure. Norm Nixon.
Lakers with the game's first 2 field goals. Game 6 will be back at Philadelphia Friday night, 9 p.m. It will be shown live on WCAU Channel 10 in Philadelphia. Here's the doctor. Gets inside. Kareem on the double team. Kareem off. Kareem goes to Nixon. Nixon in the middle now. Pulled up as Maurice Cheeks came right back with him. Jamal to the floor. Comes into the lane. Got it back. That's his 18th offensive rebound. And finally, it's Caldwell Jones off the Cheeks. Cheeks slows it up. Here's Julius.
Yes, sir, the doctor. Boy, what a move.
Now, take that one.
I've never seen anyone fly off of one bounce like he can. Gets so much mileage.
Cheeks fouling Nixon as Norman was trying to turn the corner. Now watch the Doc with that great extension on that right arm, coming right up on a man who stands at least 7'3" and ramming it in on him.
And he did it with one bounce and got all that mileage to the basket. Beautiful move.
Jim Jones has shot better in this series than he did against Phoenix and Seattle. All the way. Off. Cheeks rebound. Eyes the floor. Dawkins is ahead of him. Nixon right there on a whistle down away from the ball as Dawkins collided with Jones, and Jones assessed the personal.
Here's Julius Erving looking at it from the back, behind the backboard as he ducked that ball in a moment ago over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And we have our first timeout. 9:42 left first quarter. Lakers 4, Philadelphia 2.
Favorite opponent. That's Uncle Will.
I don't know.
Inside. The doctor misses it. Here's Nixon. Norman on a bounce. The Magic now goes to the glass. And he was met, but it's Jamal Wilkes with still another offensive rebound. Missed the layup. 76ers come down off the miss. So the Lakers blow an opportunity that time, and here comes Dawkins. As he went to Hollins, there was a foul on the bounce pass inside.
Pretty good play by Big Darrell there. He could have taken the shot, but he smartly held up. And you got the foul charged to, looks like Nixon.
And the Lakers have 3 team fouls already. It's only less than 3 minutes going to the game.
Doctor on his second strong move to the hoop.
They did not shut off the middle. And Kareem made a desperate try, but once he's got that step, and up he goes, there's no stopping him. Julius Erving, beautiful move.
Tied at 4. Jones out, sends it to Nixon. Kareem set on the ball side. He'll go to work on Caldwell Jones. Jones right with him, and he turns inside for the layup and drew the foul, and he'll come to the free throw line.
Here's Erving a moment ago, this time going to his left. See that one bounce? He gets by Wilkes, and Abdul-Jabbar comes over, but it's too late. They did not shut off the middle on the play.
Perhaps Jim Jones, number 9, should have reacted also. They're putting the burden on Kareem to come in and shut that middle off all by himself, and you could see Jones was not checking over his left shoulder either.
Now, the reason the guys don't help out so well on Julius Erving, he has deceptive speed. He doesn't look like he's going as fast. The guys really don't have a chance to react because he doesn't look like he's coming. You know, he takes a dribble, and before you know it, he's there.
Ball in the 76ers possession. Ruled that the Lakers touch it last. They'll set an inbounds pass. Dawkins sends it now to Hollins. That left-handed shot on its way, and an air ball, and he cannot find his shooting touch. Now it's Magic on the left with a spin inside. Send it to Jones, who tracks it down. Kareem will come back into your picture right now, and it'll be 5-on-5. Jamal holds it up. Inside of 10 seconds on the shot clock, and Jones rattles one out, and Caldwell Jones for the defensive rebound, and here's Hollins again. Hollins leads both teams in assists. Dawkins good outside touch, not that time. Caldwell Jones offensive rebound. Made a move underneath, went up with a hook. Loose, battle, taken off now by Magic. Pump left side. Sixers are back on defense. Won't be an easy layup. Magic goes to the right side. Yanked away by Caldwell Jones, and again he starts strong rebounding.
That time you notice they stopped his dribble, something they failed to do in game number 4, and Magic was able to go in for layups. But they got to stop him outside as they did on that play and make him veer off to the right, and he forced him into a shot he really didn't want to take.
Here's Dawkins moving to the baseline, up with that jump shot, and what a nice touch he possesses. The young man from Orlando, Florida, in his 5th year in the NBA. He puts a lot of pressure on himself by all of his chatter, but he has been able to back it up, especially this year. Never mess with the doc on Mother's Day, he said back in Philly. Now it's Caldwell matched on Kareem. Kareem traveled as he made the spin. And there was a push apparently first.
That's what he needs to do more of, is turning to his left and go to the basket.
Watch and see if he didn't travel.
There he takes a big step to left. He did walk with the ball, but he got away with it. And then a foul called. It's going to be charged to Caldwell Jones, his 2nd here in the opening quarter.
Out to the top, it's Jim Jones, number 9, out of Marquette. Now back to Jamal, a sluggish start. Abdul-Jabbar gave it back on a give and go, off his leg, out of bounds, over to the 76ers.
They have switched defensively, and Dawkins is playing Kareem now, with Caldwell with 2 fouls.
7-6 Lakers, 7 minutes and 5 seconds to go. First period of Game 5, Game 6 Friday night on CBS, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Hollins and Jones yanked away an easy rebound and gives the Magic. Dawkins was making a move with the dribble too. Now he drops back. Here's Nixon, Cheeks right there with him. Kareem wants it. Checks, goes into the lane. That is 7 points. And the other Laker fans on hand in the forum here for Game 5 of the NBA World Championship Series, demanding equal time with Jack Nicholson. The Sixers will take it out of bounds.
Now, both these coaches, Billy Cunningham and Paul Westhead, want their big guys, I'm talking about Julius, Erving, and Kareem, to come out and assert themselves early, because this creates a set of problems for the other team. When Julius has the ball, the other team is concentrating on double teaming. When Kareem's got the ball, they're double teaming. So these guys are trying to not only do the job physically, but psychologically.
Neat defensive effort by Erving. Got it right back for the Sixers. And here's Dawkins improving his position. And Kareem came soaring. Now, he was wide open right there. If he'd have gone right ahead and taken the shot, he invited the big man.
And here it is again as he leaned in and he set it up for Kareem to make an easy block. He should have taken the jumper just from Osborne outside. He was wide open.
Here's the Doc inside, hanging, giving it off to Caldwell. Jump hook. Yanked away by Jones powerfully. Nixon eyes the floor. Wilkes cuts. Erving for the rebound. Cross to Hollins. Hollins would prefer to find another shooter if he can. Here's Dawkins. Dawkins turns and goes this time, and he's short. Now Magic's off. The Sixers are dropping back quickly on defense. That could prove to be a factor in this game.
And so far, Brett, Norm Nixon does not have that body attitude I was telling you about.
Kareem looking for the back door, and it was out the back door and over to Philadelphia.
Both teams are getting back pretty quick.
This is what you'd call a slow start.
Only 2 players in each team have scored so far. Erving, Dawkins, Abdul-Jabbar, and Nixon. You wouldn't know it's Game 5, but stick around. Here's Hollins trying to shoot his way through it.
You're not going to get out of a slump unless you keep throwing them up.
Oh, that way it works, right?
Jamal puts it down, and he's hit by Dawkins.
Now, that's a bad foul for Darryl Dawkins. because those are the kind of fouls that get you in foul trouble. Not the ones you normally get on the guy that you're guarding. It's those little fouls that are not necessary that are the ones that get you in foul trouble.
Kareem wanted the hook, and the whistle sounded. That time they called traveling.
And he got help from Lionel Hollins defensively, and that forced the travel. He quickly darted in when Kareem tried to put the ball to the floor. Watch, you'll see Hollins come into the picture right there on the bounce, took a swipe at it. They got him doubled up, and then he walked as he swung up the hook with the right hand.
Cooper in, and that, of course, is not what the Sixers were doing early. They let Kareem fake and come back into the lane, and the guard wasn't coming back. So after the timeout, the 76ers more alert on it, and they forced traveling Dawkins.
Notice Kareem wasn't going to commit any foul there. He knew that he was totally beaten on the play and let Dawkins have the layup.
10-9 Sixers, 4:28 first period. Cheeks backing off. Billy Cunningham watching his defense in front of him, and makes his jumper short. Rattled away the rim and out of bounds. Lakers with a fresh 24, and Cooper will take it out of bounds. Julius matched against Cooper. Kareem, smooth little jump shot to the left that time, and he seems to feel it tonight with 9 of the Lakers' 11 points. Dropped down to 23 on Sunday after 3 consecutive games of being over 30. Dawkins triple team. Dawkins stays with it. Dawkins on Jones. Dawkins' jump shot is off, and Kareem. Out to Nixon. Cheeks trying to cut him off, but he fouled him. Backcourt foul. It's free throw time. Norman Nixon.
Now, what Billy Cunningham is trying to do is to stop the transition game that the Lakers do so well. The reason they score so well is that they can run, and they got good shooters on the run. And what Billy Cunningham is trying to do is to stop the run, and you stop it right at the source, either on the outlet pass or the first guy's got it. You got to make him hesitate, because if they can get the ball on the move, no one can stay with it.
You saw Bobby Jones, who checked in for Billy Cunningham. Jamal Wilkes will replace Jones, and so they'll go with this small thoroughbred lineup. Paul Westhead's, which has been so successful.
Henry Bibby will come in, replacing Cheeks. Philadelphia's done a good job, though, stopping that ball, as Russ mentioned. And that is a big key here, which they have not been able to do in the first 4 games.
Lakers are 2 of 4 at the free throw line, 12-10. They lead it by 2, 3:47. The Sixers down for the effort that could tie it up. Swing inside Julius, beautiful pass. Dawkins rumbled in after Jones had blown the layup. It was Chocolate Thunder.
That's the second man through. He was right there, wide open.
Hollins collides Magic, and offensive foul.
Here's the play a moment ago. Bobby Jones. Now look, they're all looking up, not blocking out. Here comes Chocolate Thunder. Slammo. From a different angle. No one blocked him out. Watch him, walls right down the middle. Number 53 in red. Here he comes. Right there.
You know, sometimes we make it sound awfully easy. He didn't block this guy out. He didn't cut that dribble off.
Well, you know,
that's unbelievable.
You know, in Philadelphia, they call him the human lawnmower, because he mows everybody down on the way to the hoop.
So Bobby took his shot outside, away from the glass, and boy, he hit a big one in game 2, didn't he? With 7 seconds, sealed it up after the Lakers had closed to within a point. We're all even. Kareem inside, and Bobby Jones coming across to help out. He fouled Kareem.
Now, when you come across from the weak side like that, and you got to foul the guy, don't foul him like that. If you foul him properly, he can't make the basket. He may make the free throws, maybe.
You're trying to say grab him by the arm and don't let him go up.
I said don't let him make the layup if you're going to foul him.
Right.
What's the worst he can do?
Go to the free throw line and make 2.
Or get mad at you.
12 of the Lakers' 15 points have been put up there by Abdul-Jabbar. Julius Erving on the jump shot to the corner. Now, teams in championship series that rely on one score generally lose. I'm going to get to that statistic shortly. Coming through, Magic Johnson, there was a collision. Offensive foul has been called.
Here's your play again. Watch Erving, number 6, roll in and take the block. Away from Magic on the shot. Down goes Jones, Magic, and...
Have a guy that good decide, well, I guess we'll do it.
Hey, Brett, Kareem's 5 for 5 in the game, and the rest of the Lakers have made only 1 out of 11 from the field to this point.
Hollins on the field goal for the Sixers, and they build a 3-point lead, 18-15, 2:20. Not as noisy in Los Angeles as it was in Philadelphia, is it? Earl Strawn stops play over on that side, and Nixon with the dribble, and it's down away for the ball that time. Henry Bibby.
Bibby holding Magic, who again's trying to post him up down low. Bibby only 6'1". Of course, Magic 6'8", and we're already in the penalty, so at the line, Magic will get 2. He's off to a good rebounding start, too, off that defensive board.
Hits the free throws. He has led the Lakers in free throws made in this series. Pulls the Lakers to within a point of the Sixers. The Doc sends it to Dawkins. Cross now to Bibby. Bibby moves it quickly to Bobby Jones right side. He's off with his shot. Missed the rim that time. Off to Magic. Magic looks daylight, and you have to be impressed by the way the Sixers are dropping back. Johnson's jumper is off, and Jones is there over to the Doc.
I noticed the 76ers are really stopping Magic's penetration.
Dawkins outside. Taken down by Nixon. The Lakers look for the fast break, but again, 3 Sixers are back. Nixon will go anyway. Off Magic, over to the doctor. Kareem awaits him. It's Julius and a big guy. The Doc swings back, and it's goaltending. Put it down.
It's a great move. Went right to the top of the lane, gave him a stutter step moving and veered to the left side. It turned his back into Kareem, but went up. That's a tough call to make. He made a good block on the shot. Look at it.
You know, when you are back on defense by yourself and you see a guy like Julius Erving come, all your muscles tighten up just a little bit.
All of them?
All of them. Your toenails kind of pull up on you a little bit.
Hurry up and give me help.
Sends it to Madge. And again, inside as Kareem was trying to pop free of Daryl Dawkins. And Dawkins has assessed the personal foul with Jones checking back in.
That'll be 2 on Dawkins. Now Caldwell Jones with 2. Magic will take a break.
It's like 2 fighters who have thrown heavy punches in the first 4 or 5 rounds. And you hit 7 and 8, and they kind of lean on each other a little bit, and they reach down, and they're trying to get a deep breath. And you just know that before this is over, we're going to have a burst by both of these clubs. But it has been a slow start on this Wednesday night.
Kind of feeling each other out here early.
I don't know so much they're feeling each other out at this point. How about is it just trying to reach down into their bodies? It's such a gosh darn long season. Here's Bibby. Sends it over now to Dawkins. Dawkins moves it. Down the baseline comes White Lightning. That's the nickname that Dawkins has hung on Bobby Jones.
Pretty good one. That was strictly a lightning play there.
It's 22-19, Sixers over the Lakers.
Lakers defensively overcommitted on that play. That made it easier for Bobby to go for that dunk.
Nixon. Jones with a strong offensive rebound.
Took Lionel Hollins right out of the play. Billy Cunningham doesn't like that. He thought it'd been a foul. Now Earl Strawn says, sit down, Billy.
That is a warning. Strom warns Billy Cunningham. Dawkins with the seconds running out in the first period, and Julius from the corner. Off iron, and here's Nixon. Nixon's handled the ball a lot in the first period. Takes it down in the middle now. Jamal Wilkes for 16 seconds had plenty of time to run it down and hit that jumper. Last shot tied for Billy. The Doc will watch the clock. On the turnover, they go to Cooper.
Super feed by Wilkes after the steal.
And Los Angeles, with time running out on this turnover, Wilkes hit Coop, who is open. Cooper flowed in. It's 25-22 in the NBA on CBS with the 70s, who averaged better than 30 points a game, and in each instance, their teams lost.
You know, Brent, since the 24-second clock, there have been 12 players who've averaged over 30 points a game in the championship series, and all 12 of them on the losing team.
Now, the point I'm making, of course, with Wilkes firing up a miss, is on the man who's out of the game right now. Four-length pass to Bobby Jones, who tracks it down. That would be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who is averaging better than 30 points a game in this series. And the point is, as there was a foul on the pass inside, the point is that when you depend too much on one score, it simply begins to break your team down over a 7-game haul. And here is Maurice Cheeks. And Bill Russell, what was that great stat about that one Celtic team on the double figures? How many players did you have one year?
7 players average double figures, between 10 and 20. And what happens is, when you got that many guys scoring, you get constant movement. And this is one of the disadvantages of having one guy getting a lot of points. The better he plays, the more points he makes, the more his teammates stand around. And when they're standing, they do not make the transition from offense to defense very well at all.
Julius hit the field goal. He is at the free throw line for the 76ers. If he hits this free throw, we'll be tied at 25. And Julius with 10 points already here in this game. Now with Kareem out, let's see how the Lakers react offensively and defensively. They have been an entirely different team when he is on the floor. They rely more on one man than the 76ers do. Even though Julius was magnificent in the fourth period, in that third period without him, the 76ers came back. Now there, Lakers got inside penetration field goal.
And that time Cheeks, of course, has been battling with Nixon all along. Thought he was going to pull up for a jumper. He gave him a good fake, went inside, and rolled up a right-hand shot for a basket.
The Doc is high off with the miss. Offensive rebound, Caldwell Jones.
Shoots that jump hook as good as any player in the league.
That tied it again. Steal on a lazy pass by Cooper. Cheeks' 14th steal of the series. Julius with a jumper. Landsberger, who had 10 rebounds Sunday, hands off Cooper. Quick pass to Wilkes. Cheeks tries to pick up the taller Jamal Wilkes. Offensive board, Jones, and he was fouled coming up.
That's on Caldwell Jones. It'll be 3. There's Cheeks on a steal a moment ago as Cooper tried to pass into Jones. And Lowe picked it off and went down the middle. Looking back right there, he was looking for Julius Erving, who was trailing on the play, who later got the ball.
You know what's really tough, Brent? Norm Nixon and Maurice Cheeks have not been seen too much by the other team. The people on the West Coast have not seen Maurice Cheeks play over the year, and the people on the East Coast haven't seen Norm Nixon play very much. And these are two outstanding players, and they are really neutralizing each other in this series. And the difference being that the Lakers need a good game from Norm Nixon for them to be effective. They need a good game from him. The 76ers get by with an average or a good game from Cheeks. Much better than the Lakers would with an average game from Nixon.
Dawkins on Landsberger. Makes off, and Steve Mix steals it from Jones. And Westhead wanted the foul call.
He wanted to go Bobby Jones, who kept the ball alive. He was blocked out, came over the top, and knocked the ball free. And that enabled the basket for Mr. Mix. Now Earl Strunk tells Westhead to sit down.
He spoke rather harshly. He said, I've told him, now I'm telling you, sit down.
There it is, as Bobby Jones knocked it free, and Mix went back up for the hoop.
You think they're going to pay attention to him?
For 5 minutes, Russ. Magic traveled. 2 offensive fouls, traveling, and his only problem in this series has been the turnover. Your local listings for your time. We've got 9:50, and I want you to be with us at halftime as Cooper snaps out on the steal, runs down the middle for the layup.
That's the kind of a play that can pick the Lakers up.
I mentioned halftime. Bill Russell will have a special feature. You'll see some of the old-timers. How do they compare with the stars of this year? You're going to enjoy it a lot. Dawkins rises in the air. 8 points for Doc. Alley-oop, and a steal by Bobby Jones. They go to Mix over to Bibby. And he missed the layup. Bibby's shooting so poorly, he can't hit layups in this series right now. Magic goes in the middle. Dishes, and again they turn it over.
Charging foul on Magic.
That's his 3rd charging foul in this game, and by far his most frustrating moments in the series.
Here he is again. This time he gets by Cheeks, goes in the air, and crashes right into Bobby Jones, who was set and waiting for him.
Smart play by White Lightning.
Now the 76ers have made some obvious adjustments. They're fundamental but obvious adjustments. They've stopped Magic Johnson in their penetration.
They got back quickly that time, too, Russ. Kareem was looking for an open man.
Well, then what they're doing is stopping the outlet pass. Either the pass, they challenge the pass, or they stop the guy on his first dribble so that they can't run whatever they want to.
Bobby Jones off. Back to the Lakers. It's Landsberger. Here's Kareem. Dawkins there. Magic Johnson in low, and Landsberger with a left-handed tap.
He has been remarkable off the boards. I mean, he goes after it every time. Even if he's blocked out, he wants the ball. All great rebounders charge for
The Lakers have turned the ball over, Rod, 11 times to the Sixers 3. That follows the trend in the series. Nix throws up a miss. Whistle underneath. He battled his way back in on Landsberger.
Take a look at that rebound.
Against Landsberger.
Here's that rebound a moment ago by Landsberger. Paul West had said the great rebounders stay after the ball like he did on this play. And that's what he talked about, Landsberger. Even if he's blocked out, charge up there. Make them work. Keep them blocking you out.
The good rebounders, Rod. Not the great ones.
Speaking of good rebounders, one by the name of Paul Silas has been talking to Irv Levin about the possibility of coaching the San Diego Clippers. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If there's a player in the NBA still active who can make it as a coach, his name is Paul Silas. I don't know if it's at San Diego or some other team. That man deserves a shot. You got to respect him. He's a good leader, and he understands the game. And I'll take 10%, Paul. 8:05, 33-32. Skyhook three.
Take that. That's the nickname of Mark Landsberger. They just call him simply Silas.
16 for the big guy. And a timeout call. The way he looks like. Nix goes back now to Dawkins. Doc to the middle, and he rises in the air. Oh, has he got athletic skill.
Can he jump? He really was in the air on that jump shot.
And he's still got the soft touch, even when he leaves the floor. Now, keep an eye on those two stats. Those are two big men for these teams. Caldwell Jones and Magic Johnson, 3 fouls apiece. Magic is still out there right now. Landsberger. Kareem rolls in.
Take that, Bobby Jones. You know one thing, on shooting a jump shot, most players, when they extend way up high on a jump shot, they don't have anything left. But not with Dawkins. He does better.
Magic had to give it up at midcourt. They're coming to his dribble. Dawkins goes to Lyle Hollins, who just does not have that shooting touch, does he? He moves it this time to Mix. Mix comes into the lane, didn't play at all in game 4. His shot is off, and here's Wilkes. And look at the Sixers now. Go to Magic. They find Wilkes. Now, of course, that's one thing that Erving can still do when they stop him. He can pass.
He can look up, as he did there, quickly to see who was open and made a perfect feed to Jamal Wilkes.
3-point Laker lead.
I'm sure he's very aware of the fact that they're going to be picking him up higher in this game.
Cheeks. Short. Taken off by young Landsberger. On the bounce, Wilkes can't handle it. Cheeks will go, and it's still another turnover.
That was a good pass. Jamal just took his eye off the ball momentarily.
Hollins in quickly to Dawkins. Taken away by Magic. Dawkins wanted the foul on Kareem that time, and Gerritsen didn't give it to him.
Because he wasn't fouled. He just intimidated him.
Nixon, alley to the left, and it was Dawkins with a magnificent defensive effort. And here comes Hollins. Dawkins got a piece on it. Bounce past the Cheeks. Reverse. Well, Dawkins just getting up, but it was his defense that triggered that burst and pulled the Sixers to within a point.
He's got a lot to pick up.
Kareem sends it underneath the Magic. Cheeks. Fouled in.
Take a look at Darryl Dawkins on that block a moment ago that set up a fast break basket for Cheeks. Here's Darryl, perfect timing with the left hand. He knocked the ball away, and down with Philadelphia for a score.
The guys that can block shots with either hand have the best chance of keeping the ball in play.
Why is that, Russ?
Because you can get a good angle to hit the ball so you can hit it where you want it. Instead of just, if you have to reach over with your strong hand, it's just a swat, and you just do whatever you can instead of directly where you want it to go.
Jones is short, and Michael Cooper with an offensive rebound and a miss. He has not shot well in the series. Floor length, Julius, Dawkins skied. Dawkins in on Jones. Blocked away. Here's Nix Nixon. That'll pick the crowd up in the forum. Nixon dishes Wilkes. Julius block at the other end. Back-to-back blocks. Here's Hollins. Sixers. Move to Bobby Jones. And the Sixers lead on the strength of that shot.
This is great basketball right here this last couple of minutes. They are really going after each other. Here's some of that last play a moment ago. You think they're not after it? Watch this block. Here comes Coop. Block the shot of Dawkins. On any other way, it's Nixon down the middle. He'll dish left to Wilkes, and watch this block by the doctor. Julius Erving. Super defense. Right back with it was Lionel Hollins.
Into Kareem. That's 20 points. Half
Off to a pretty good start
of the Lakers' production, and perhaps too good because of your point of lack of movement. But look at that turnover stat.
Well, the thing you got to look at, he's got 20 points already, and they're only 1 point up.
Cooper into the middle. Dawkins was there. Hollins yanks it down.
He intimidated him all the way on that play. Good play by Dawkins.
Off to the doctor. Offensive foul as Bobby Jones released. He crashed into Jones.
Take another look at it. There's Bobby coming from the left. Watch Jones set up. Good defense. Took the blow. Head on, and down he went. Charging foul, Bobby Jones.
You know, you might think with all these charging fouls and all these blocked shots, they're playing good defense. I think the offense is out of control rather than good defense. The guys are not playing under control right now. It's a combination of things. They're having to push hard to get things done.
Technical foul goes against Billy C. and the Sixers. Norm Nixon will shoot it for the Lakers.
Notice one thing on the Philadelphia offense a couple of plays ago when they cleared it for Julius Erving. He went one-on-one, and Kareem was in the back, switched over, and forced him to miss that shot. You may see more of that if they go one-on-one.
Russ, what do you think of Billy C.'s coaching in this search?
I think he's doing a great job, and that technical foul might help his team. A lot of coaches, sometimes the older coaches, use a technical foul to get their team steamed up. To say, you know, that those guys are picking on him.
Nixon had that body reaction that you were talking about on that shot, and the Lakers are up 43-39, a 4-point difference.
That's his favorite spot, right top of the key with that jumper.
Dawkins double team, drawing all kinds of company. Hollins moves to the open man. They'll let Bibby shoot until he hits a couple of them, and then they'll get honest. Nixon comes right back for Los Angeles, and Hollins is there, and here's Magic coming in left side. Mix flashed him. Fouled him that time, but I'll tell you, Magic looked quickly to see that he didn't pick up another offensive foul.
He made a good block. Watch this, but he swatted at the ball, reaching in, instead of just keeping his hand up high. He swiped the ball away, and that's where he got caught.
I didn't either. I thought he got all ball with it. Tell you the truth, I didn't think there was contact either side that time. Magic comes up to the free throw line. Doesn't matter what we think.
That's the reason that he got called for the foul, Brett. When you slap in and reach with your arm extending after you block the ball, it looks like a foul. And a referee, of course, that's a tough call to make. He's on the move and out of position.
45-41, Magic contributing at the free throw line. Yes, total of 4, all 4 right there. Julius moves, and Cooper, the long right arm, tipped it out of bounds. And the crowd not booing the referee or anybody else, they're simply chanting "Coo," like they used to do Moose for old Moose Scour and the Yankees. Dawkins, and it goes to Bibby. Back to Doc. Doc will put it up right there. Isn't that a pretty shot? Well, he can play facing the basket as well as any center in this league. I'll tell you, that's 12 points for Dawkins.
He threw off the little man who was next to him like a drop of rainwater. Just went right up, calmly hit the shot.
Johnson tries to track it down and save it, but apparently he stepped out of bounds and it'll go over. Billy Cunningham going to use a timeout now.
One of the old ones.
Boy, I love that picture of you in the paper the other day, the old Lakers, you with the crew cut. You didn't like overtime games in New York because you couldn't get out the bright lights soon enough. I didn't know all that about you, Rodney.
That's all true.
It's off Magic's foot out of bounds. 76ers ball. We've got 2:21 to go first half. 45-43. Lakers over the Sixers. And, of course, we are tied in this NBA World Championship Series. 2 victories apiece. Game 6 will be Friday night in the Spectrum in Philadelphia, 9 p.m. Philadelphia time, or 6 o'clock here on KNXT in Los Angeles. Straight on, Dawkins. Oh, I'll tell you.
You notice how he raised up there with both hands, smooth follow through. He felt that one all the way. He knew the ball was going right through the basket.
They were making fun of him after the first game in this series in Los Angeles. I doubt they'll do that again. Wilkes.
I know that every time that they look to the center, Kareem draws a crowd. He's like a big magnet out there. I think it's working for the 76ers, too. They're staying in this ball game. He's got a lot of points, but the other guys aren't contributing much because of one thing. When they look in there, Philadelphia is dropping everybody in there, closing the middle. There's no room for cutters. But the Lakers will have to use cutters if they're going to get inside, and they're not using cutters.
Cutters, those are those guys who rode the bicycles. Bloomington, Indiana, right, Russ? Mix throws it back up, and it's taken out by Bibby, and here comes Hollins. Dishes off now, Dawkins. Dawkins maneuvers, and he just feels it all over the floor. Hollins coming in.
He felt a little better.
One big play there. You let the guard sneak in and get the offensive rebound. Bibby got it, brought it back out. You must block out everybody, not just the big man up front.
Wilkes is fouled. He started in down through the middle. Julius blaming himself for what was rather a silly foul outside and reaching in on Jamal as he started the dribble. And Magic Johnson with 3 fouls and 4 free throws. Watching.
This foul on the team, so they shoot the free throws.
He had a slow start in Game 3. Did not score a point in the first half, yet the Lakers led. A very similar situation here with the score. The Lakers up by 1 with that free throw.
He came back in the second half and tallied 16
with an
in that
excellent
game
job.
and pulled down 8 of his 11 rebounds. However, they were attacking him a little bit more on that dribble as he pulls down that rebound and brings it up. And they're calling offensive fouls on him rather than defensive fouls. Bobby Jones, waiting for him to commit, was simply sitting there on that fancy pass of his. So this could be a little more difficult trench for the young man from Michigan State to dig out of.
Now, traditionally, I mean, in all the playoff games so far, I think the Lakers have played
There's Doc.
the second half stronger than the first half.
They're a
And they're going to need it tonight.
team, Russ, all season long. They really have.
They're going to need it tonight.
Dick Cooper went over the shoulder trying to knock that ball down, and when Julius got it, no one helped. And he went in and dunked it again. That's 3 times he's had that kind of a play.
Here's Kareem, went to Cooper, and Cooper was hit by Mix.
Now, that's what I was talking about, Brent. They're going to have to cut. Now, this is
Julius.
Judge Soup for Julius.
That was it. Kareem that time did not make a move to him, and he was right there, and Julius went right by him and dunked it down.
Now, Kareem got the ball, and Michael Cooper cut to the basket. That's what I think is going to have to do if they're going to help, because they're not helping Kareem. They're making it more difficult for him to get his shots because if they're not moving, their guys can step in the waist when Kareem has to take that step for that sky hook. So if they're going to be of any help, they're going to have to cut. A lot more than they have so far, too.
Sixers shooting for the lead on this trip. We're down towards 30 seconds here in the first half. 1-point Laker lead. Julius double team. Sends it back. Hollins, they move. Mix and Cooper flying at him, and the Sixers hit it anyway. 51-50, last shot time for the Lakers. And the Sixers have edged into the lead despite 20 points by Abdul-Jabbar. Cooper. And the Sixers should take a lead at the half in Game 5. Bibby on the foul, and they do it.
Super pass on that play. Big, unselfish play as he laid that ball off to Bibby. Hollins with the assist. And Westhead is not very happy.
By picking him up and try to throw off that timing so they don't get off to that real good start.
Nixon was 3 of 8 in the first half. Magic goes into Kareem. Lost it momentarily, and Julius came, and the ball's out of bounds. Lakers with 10 seconds on that shot clock.
Now, the Lakers don't necessarily have to stop the 76ers, but they have to keep them from getting off to that great start.
Out of bounds off Lionel Hollins, who was asking for the 4th foul on Magic and did not get it. Jamal will inbound it, of course, at the fresh 24. Back to Jones. Jones powers in and goes to Kareem through the defense.
Very good play. He took Caldwell Jones out of the play while the pass off. Rolled right into him. That left it wide open for the dunk for Big Kareem.
Abdul-Jabbar is now at 22 points for the Lakers. Maurice Cheeks over to the left. that side. Badak. Now for Erving, that is 15. Julius playing with just one personal. Norm Nixon starts in. Rejected by the doctor. Back to Kareem. Gets Dawkins past him. Missed the layup. Jamal Wilkes, and Hollins battles in for a jump ball.
Good hustle by Lionel Hollins, because Jamal Wilkes had that good block.
Yeah, Abdul-Jabbar should have just laid this one in, Russ, but he tried an underhand flip and it sprung out on him.
Well, he took the right shot. Because if he tried to go straight up, he'd have got it blocked.
Everybody scatters when Dawkins thunders over there into the crowd. Here's Cheeks for the Sixers. So Billy C will have his offense directly in front of him, and this is the quietest that any crowd has been in the 5 games in this championship series so far.
And that's because Philadelphia, at this point, still has
Julius with a pretty move over to the right side, got himself some daylight, and it's back to 17.
Because Philadelphia still has control of the tempo of the game.
Here's Wilkes, off to Jones. Caldwell Jones there, and Jones misses, and Erving's off. And now Julius puts it down. Looks for daylight. It's 4-on-2, and Caldwell Jones. And the Sixers are seizing the opportunity of both ends. Paul Westhead is now up in front of the Laker bench. Magic Jack with his little jump shot, and he's on the money.
That's the shot he's going to have to take, because they're waiting for him to go all the way in for the offensive foul. He's going to have to hit that shot, too, if he's going to penetrate.
Julius maneuvering on Jamal, keeps control. 4 seconds on the shot. 3 with 2 seconds short. Johnson off, puts it on the floor, and daylight. Hollins will cycle over, and here's Norm Nixon on the right, cuts in the middle with a pretty move.
Now, that's what
defensively too.
Now, that's the things that Philadelphia's going to have to keep to a minimum. Magic Johnson getting out another run, they get that good shot, and they'll make a very high percentage of those shots, because you pick up rhythm as you run it, and it's easy to shoot under those conditions.
Jamal Wilkes had tightened up on Julius Erving.
He's really doing a job behind him. He's putting his arms around him and inside to try and hold him away from the basketball. So the foul will be charged to Wilkes. It's his third. We got a time.
Simply scooped the Sixers up on Sunday in that third period and said, let's go. And Darryl Dawkins responded. We're even at 2 apiece, and the Sixers can ambush the Lakers here in Game 5. You can just feel it unless the Lakers regroup. Here's Cheeks from the left corner. Nixon now comes down, and again is that Sixer defense. They have dropped back. The Lakers have not been able to get into that free-flowing game. Charging fouls on Magic Johnson. He hasn't gone for the layups tonight. Jones alley-oops to Kareem.
Dawkins was running him all the way and doing a good job of denying the ball coming in the front. But Kareem rolled out, took a nice pass. Not a thing Dawkins could do on that play. He did everything he could fronting.
Well, when you front a guy, you got to get help from the weak side, and what the Lakers did, they moved the ball around so that there was no one left in front to come on the weak side, because there wasn't a weak side.
4 seconds on the shot clock. Julius is off to the right. Kareem had a hand on it. He'll go to Nixon, and here come the Lakers. 61-58. They can pull it to within a point. Nixon will come in, go high on the glass. Great body hang on that.
Well, he had Hollins all over him on the play and simply just put the ball in over him. Hollins was not fooled by the move. Just a great one by Norm Nixon.
Nixon somewhat overlooked because of the arrival of Magic Johnson. Took charge on that play, didn't he? Inside move, and up comes Doc, and Kareem was there on him, and there's a foul call.
Took the ball right to him, Brad, on the play. Went right into him. Here's that basket a moment ago. Watch Hollins set up defensively right there. Nothing he could do but retreat. Had good position, yet Nixon put it on the glass and got the field goal. And he has really learned late in this season how to get along, how to work with Magic Johnson, who was a point guard. Nixon was to start with. Then Magic took over that position, and they really learned how to ham and egg it together in the last part of the year.
Now the 76ers have shot only 5 free throws, and the Lakers 18. Nixon goes to Jones. Back to Norman as they play catch. Shot clock inside of 10 for Los Angeles. Kareem sent it back to Nixon. Nixon moves it now to Jamal. So off that time, off Magic, and Dawkins out of bounds. Lakers ball. Plus 24 on the shot clock.
Magic gets a lot of good position underneath the basket. He had the inside track to that rebound, and Dawkins knocked it out of bounds.
Deep to Jones. Lakers can tie it. Kareem has not gone to the baseline with that sky hook much. Turns into the left, knocks away, out of bounds.
That's a dangerous move, but it worked that time for Daryl Dawkins. When you reach around, a good chance of foul.
That baseline over there was open that time. Russ, I'm surprised he didn't take it. Here it is to Kareem, who switched to the other side. Now he's coming into the middle. Double team far away from the basket. A little bit short as he forced that hook, but Magic with an offensive rebound. Here's Nixon. Nixon will come up. Jones wanted to screen. Cheeks is there on defense, and now Jones pops away. They'll move Wilkes. Lots of time. 12 on the shot clock.
Good defense by Maurice Cheeks.
Excellent. Kareem is in behind Dawkins. Shovels it to Jones, loose, and the Sixers force a turnover. Here comes the doctor. Kareem comes back. And Magic with the steal, and the Lakers are off, and they can still tie. You could just see Kareem come alive, charge back down the field. He doesn't want this to get out of hand. Nixon with the left hand has tied it. .45, third period. Julius, bounce pass inside and reaching in was Jones. He fouls Dawkins. Daryl Dawkins with 15.
And the Lakers are starting to pick the pace up just a little bit. It's more to the pace that the Lakers would like at this point. Of course, they're getting it.
They give him that baseline, and then he's double teamed. Lots of time. Julius with a three-point try is off. Caldwell Jones, fresh 24. Hollins alley-oop, doctor. Came back down, and as he went up, he was fouled. And he drew a big one.
That was a great fake by Julius. He caught the ball up in the air and faked like he was going to shoot it. I think came down with it and went back up quickly. Watch this. If one air fake it, he sees Kareem there. I think comes down, back up, in a hurry to draw the foul. And for Kareem, his second and a 14 foul. That move, incidentally, Brent, that we looked on the promo for Friday night's game, the doctor says that's one of my 5 best ever. I'd hate to see the other 4.
Kareem hands off to Magic. The Sixers up by a point at the 6-minute mark of the third. Caldwell conscious of Kareem in behind him. They send it back to Cooper. And that'll keep the double team on Kareem unless Cooper can pull him away with an outside shot. Here goes Caldwell missing the layup. Now it's Magic off. Hollins there to try to stop the dribble. Johnson comes around him, maneuvering, but they're not letting Magic Johnson penetrate. Kareem comes in. It'll be 5-on-5. Magic spins with a move and dishes Cooper, and there he is. They're sagged off.
Yeah, he has to make that shot to pick away the double team.
Dawkins comes in. This set up against Kareem. Cooper is matched against Erving at this end. Dish to Cheeks, who's alone. Abdul-Jabbar wants Cooper. That's the ball free because of Hollins. It'll be a Cheeks turnover, but it was Hollins going at Cooper across the midcourt line. Cheeks now, Hughes to the doctor. Move back Hollins. Still off. Kareem on the defensive rebound. Covers up. Johnson in the middle. Hollins right there on him. They're going to Magic. They found him in the backcourt. Free throw time for Magic Johnson. But there is no question that the defensive strategy this night is to get the Magic before he gets across the midcourt line.
Look how well he handles this ball. 6'8.5", moves to his left. There's the foul by Hollins. Then he had it right out in front of him properly, and he had a man on the left had they not called the foul. Just a super move by Magic Johnson.
Now what the young man is finding out, of course, is how defenses can alter during a 7-game series. When you're in the regular season in the NBA or you're back in college, you play one team and then you go off and play another team. But here, Billy Cunningham and Chuck Daly have been looking at those films, and they could see that Magic was getting in too deep off a rebound. So they've attacked him here tonight, and now it's up to Magic to make the next move. 4:54, 65-63 Lakers. Bobby Jones dashes into the left hand and
Well, he saw that big guy guarding him on the outside, and that's the license to steal.
Cooper put it down, and White Lightning doesn't budge. I thought he was going to left. Kareem's hurt. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is hurt. He pulled something coming around. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is injured. There's no question about it. Cooper takes it down. He's limping back. They should call a 22nd. They're watching him from the bench. He is set up. Nixon on its way off across the Wilkes. Magic kick. And Kareem is hobbling back down. Apparently it is not serious. They didn't even give him the benefit of a 20-second injury timeout.
You have to ask for
now,
it.
they go to it. Jack Curran's up. Here's Caldwell Jones. They got to use one. That's ridiculous.
The referee can't give you the timeout, Rich. You have to ask for it.
Well, the Lakers should have called it. They could see him limping down there.
Westhead held back Jack Curran, the trainer. He said, wait a minute. He wanted to watch him move around a little bit. They may have furthered the injury. Let's watch it again. Green down low. This one he made that right-handed move going to the left. And he came up right there. He was bumped up, and it looks like it was Lionel Hollins that tripped him up.
Looks like he might have came down on Hollins' foot.
Maybe a sprained ankle.
They are taking him into the locker room. That is Jack Curran, and that is Dr. Robert Curlin, trailing not too far behind. And when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar goes off like this, he is injured.
Boy, they would be in more than serious trouble without him. I don't think they could beat this front. If there's no Kareem.
Now, what happens a lot of times is the guys will pick it up so much that they can carry it for one game.
One game. Magic, quickly. We'll get a full report from the Laker locker room. 71-67, and now the crowd realizes that it, too, must try to help out here in Los Angeles because the big man is headed away with the trainer.
And the other team has a tendency to let up a little bit, saying, wow, we got this guy out of there.
You got a foul charge on the play to the Lakers. I believe Wilkes. That's his fourth, and they're in the penalty. We'll look again at Kareem when he got hurt on the play. Made a super move here. High up the left. They were looking for the left hook, and he put it in with the right hand, and it tripped up. It's Hollins who was in his path. I'll tell you one thing. The big guy did not get out of the game, though. He stayed right in there, even though he was limping up and down the court. He didn't back off of the action. And with Wilkes with 4, and with Kareem out, Philadelphia should make a charge at this moment.
I want to go back to that point that Bill Russell made because it is so valid in professional athletics, be it football, baseball, or basketball. When a team loses a star, how everybody else regroups. And I think the other side of that, Russ, is that sometimes the opposition lets down by saying, hey, Kareem is gone, let's coach.
Right. And this is very dangerous, but it doesn't last more than one game.
I don't think you'll see it happen, though, in a World Championship playoff. Maybe in a regular season it would be more likely.
Nixon is fouled by Cheeks.
Boy, that's a great matchup. Two number 10s going at it head-to-head. Both averaging about 17 and a half a game. And here's the foul. As Nixon gave him a good head and shoulder fake to get Cheeks to commit himself. He'll go out. Bibby comes in.
See what kind of alignment they've got Erving on Magic. And he double dribbles.
I don't think that's right. The ball was knocked away by Julius, but they called him for a double dribble. Now here's your play. There it is, knocked away. Now he'll pick the ball back up. Now he can dribble that ball again. But they called him for a double dribble on the play.
The referee was shielded by his back when he turned. On the turnover, it's 2-on-1. Magic comes and Nixon breaks free and Magic in the corner.
Bottom nose for rebounding. Magic Johnson. Perfect position.
A 4-point Laker lead, 2:50 to go. Kareem back in the locker room. Dawkins comes in on Jones in a 3-point try.
He can't handle the big guy down low.
Wait, that's going against Dawkins. That is going against Daryl Dawkins. Philadelphia can't believe it. As you watch Norm Nixon, Magic following up with the position. And Bibby was complaining. He wanted the technical called against the Lakers. Nixon spins inside, misses. Battle for the rebound. Dawkins yanks it free. It is off now to Hollins. They lead Bibby. Pace picks up considerably. Bibby rises on the jumper, got the roll. 73-71. Delay of game.
Hey, one thing, Bibby is a very cool veteran. Really took his time on that play, worked his way right to the free throw line. And the referee's, I think, making that call. Try to keep this game in order, Frank.
So Strom warns the Sixers about the delay of game. It is a 2-point Los Angeles lead.
They're looking for Wilkes off that double stack down low.
Set shot missed, and again it's Cooper. And the Lakers side of the glass open. Lead swells to 4. Julius sent it back to Bibby, who was off balance. Whistle. Magic Johnson.
And that could be his 4th foul.
But Julius was off balance. He was wide open. Had to send the ball back out front. He was absolutely wide open, and he got off balance. Here's Magic a moment ago with a shot. Watch Coop come from the left side. Nobody blocked him away, and he tipped it in, and the Lakers are playing good basketball.
Out the locker room with Dr. Curlin and trainer Jack Curran, and Paul Westhead apprehensively casting a glance toward the tunnel occasionally. Which comes free.
What a super play by Nixon. Boy, did he set that one up. Waited patiently till the men committed themselves. He got doubled up and then shoveled it off. Perfect play. We're going to need his leadership going to the wire in this one.
Bibby. Off. Nixon again driving the Lakers. Off to Magic. Magic sends Jamal. Off. Cooper bats it right to Nixon. Nixon will send corner. It's Magic. Off the side. Magic gets it back and goes to the glass. Big play by Johnson.
The first shot was blocked.
They're giving a delay of game warning to the Lakers.
One for you and one for you.
A 6-point Los Angeles lead.
They want to go to Erving off that pick.
Sixers go into Doc. Doc spins in the air on Jones. Bobby Jones coming up.
He'll get the foul, Brent, over the top. LA's actually playing great basketball here without Kareem. Here's Dawkins. Watch Bobby Jones, 24, come in and leap right over the back of Wilkes and Cooper, and he'll get the foul. That'll be his 4th.
You know, it happens a lot of times when you get a guy hurt or a star hurt like that. The other team can't decide which way to best take advantage of it. And so a lot of times they'll go into one-on-one situations, which helps the other team. Now, since Kareem has left, the 76ers have not played that well. They have not taken advantage of the situation. They have not gone to the hoop. The way they go inside is not the best way to go in.
There's Caldwell, and now Bibby brings it down at the attack for the 76ers across the line. 19 seconds left. 3rd period for Los Angeles.
That was not a good percentage shot by Jones.
Bobby Jones misses. Magic has possession. Now he comes up with it and drives it down for the Lakers.
And that was not a good percentage shot by Bobby Jones then.
Quick inside to Cooper. That time, Magic Johnson took his dribble into the free throw circle, and the 3rd period comes to an end. Los Angeles without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who is now just returning for the final period. He will try to play despite a painful sprained ankle. It's 81-73. The NBA on CBS will continue after these messages from your local station. Let's go cross court to Hot Rod and Jack Curran.
Okay, Jack, tell us quickly, what's the extent of the injury to Kareem?
He sprained his ankle. We took him in. Dr. Curl examined him, and I taped him as tight as we can, and he's going to try and go on it. We'll just have to see how it goes, Rod.
All right, thank you. Okay, Brent.
Thanks, Hot Rod. It is the left ankle. Russ?
Now, he should be able to play fairly well tonight. If he's going to have trouble, it'll be tomorrow when they take the bandages off and have a chance to swell up.
81-73, Lakers over the Sixers. If nothing else, that injury in the return brought the crowd alive in the Forum. Jump hook by Caldwell, rolls up, and the crowd
The 76ers are taking bad shots.
is soaring. Cooper from the corner sends to Kareem. It is the left ankle. He went to the baseline. Dawkins had sealed, and Jones reaching up over the top fouled him. And Magic Johnson in, and Cooper leaves.
At this point, Michael Cooper has probably had more to do with this team turning around than anybody. He's had an outstanding second half.
There's a shot by Kareem, and then the rebound off of the foul.
Lakers have out-rebounded the Sixers, 47-30. That continues a trend. Pass went into Dawkins. And a 3-second violation didn't go to Magic and the Lakers. Julius Erving replaces Bobby Jones.
They got to be thinking, Oh, my, here he is. He's back, you know. That can work both ways, psychologically.
Hit by Cheeks, back to Nixon. Nixon now lobs it in. Kareem comes in on Caldwell. Style. And ankle is bothering him. He came away off of that shot. That was the critical part of it. And when the left foot came down, he had to take a couple of quick steps and get his weight off of it. We're going to watch the weight come down carefully on the left leg. It is bothering him. Cheek sends it back now to Mix. Mix on his way. Fine shooter who has not had his touch yet in this series. Now it is 83-75.
I think as this series goes on, you'll see people like Mix in this game more and more. You use the smart players when it comes to pressure situations.
Kareem will take it in behind Caldwell. Great pass to Jones off the double team.
Got a foul before the basket. And a technical on Mix. He gets the foul and a technical.
Nixon shooting his second technical free throw.
There's your play. Now watch your beautiful feed by Kareem, and Jones missed it.
Nixon missed the free throw. Nixon missed the technical free throw. So it is 83-75, 10:23 to go, and now Jones will step up and shoot the free throws off the foul.
It's good to have the co-pilot back out there, I'm sure. Tell you one thing, though, Brent. Kareem looked good on that hook that he made coming across there, even though he's slightly left coming out of it, but not in making the shot.
If the 76ers can pick up their shot selection, they got a chance to get back in this game. Right now, they're out of it, but they're going to have a better shot selection.
Erving tried to yank it away. Jones went to
and that's the kind of thing they're going to have to go inside. And they have taken almost exclusively all outside shots since Kareem got injured.
Dawkins comes up outside on its way with that magnificent touch and does not hit iron. And it's 85-77 at the 10-minute mark.
And a lot of basketball left tonight.
I'll make the observation again. Kareem is having a lot more trouble than you might believe with that ankle.
I don't think so, Brent.
Watch.
Watch this move. He's inside again. Caldwell Jones right up tight with him before Kareem can make a move. A foul called on Caldwell. That's his fourth. And the Sixers with 2 team fouls. Timeout. And we'll be right back.
During that timeout, trainer Jack Curran was conferring with the team physician, Dr. Robert Curlin. There are big issues involved in sports injuries. I don't have to remind anybody about that. And if anyone goes out there, particularly anyone as important as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and should happen to make that injury worse, then there are more problems for any franchise. Usually you leave it up to an athlete, but they're such marvelous competitors, frequently they won't tell you no. Magic alley-oop, and Kareem took it with the one leg down, comes back. No question he's hurt.
Oh, yeah, he's hurt. But that's the two things you got to think about, Brent. One is playing with pain, and one is being hurt. Now, on a sprained ankle, you can play in such a way, they can tape in such a way that you can't hurt it anymore. Now, he's going to have trouble, whether he plays tonight or not, he's going to have trouble the next few days with that ankle.
He'll be a little sore, but he's playing pretty good basketball. Here he is again, taking this one up and dunking it through.
Well, it doesn't take a strong ankle to do that one.
Not when you're 7'4".
Cheeks moves it over to Mix. Mix puts it down and goes to Daryl Dawkins. Dawkins up over and short. Kareem out to Magic. Magic goes to Cooper, who tracks it down corner.
The injury to Kareem seems to have bothered the 76ers more than it bothered the Lakers.
Here's Magic now.
Watch the hook.
As he came up, he was fouled. Caldwell Jones.
If he had a bad ankle, I would see if he could shoot it. Because that's got to throw his rhythm off. And the key to that shot, as beautiful as it is the rhythm of it.
That's 5 fouls on Caldwell Jones. Kareem will get 2 free throws. I'll take nothing away from any Laker they've got on that bench, but Kareem playing hurt or on one leg is better than anybody they can put in there.
I disagree with that.
I don't think so. He's doing it right now. He's got 2 field goals, and he's hit a couple of free throws since he's come back.
Now he moved down with a little freedom that time, and he's a great athlete. But I don't like to see anybody play when they're hurt. Cheeks comes over to the top. Magic checks over his right shoulder. Kareem dueling Dawkins inside. Mix from the left. Flying was Bobby Jones. Loose ball. They dive for it. It goes out of bounds. Cooper had gone after it. Mark Landsberger doing the check-in for the Lakers. Jones out. Landsberger takes Mix. Julius comes up with the shot.
And he's fouled from behind by Michael Cooper.
Coop coming over his shoulder. Julius kind of held him away with the left arm as he went up for the shot. Lakers have moved out now. They're up by 12. Hollins for Mix. Got 20 points tonight, average of 23.6. Dr. J at the line.
.38 to go. 89-77. Lakers over the Sixers. The series tied at 2 victories apiece. Magic brings it up on Hollins. Here's Cooper. Now they got a Kareem. Julius is there.
We got him again. That's Erving with the foul. Kareem did a good job.
Dawkins had sloughed off, and that's a 3-second zone.
Right. That's what they call it.
A technical, and Doc is going to argue about it for a moment.
Kareem had rolled out of the center and came right back to get the ball with Erving on him. Here it is. See, watch Kareem take the ball. There's Dawkins dropping right back in.
Now, the key to that defensive zone is that the guy must be in the lane. See, Dawkins was in the lane, and he was more than 5. He wasn't guarding anybody, but he's in the lane. If you're not guarding anybody, it's all right if you're not in the lane.
90-78 as the Lakers pull further and further ahead. Off Kareem's hand, down he goes again, and Big Dawkins slipped back on him accidentally.
Well, that could have hurt him there as Dawkins stripped him up. Watch Dawkins in front of Kareem. He couldn't get to the ball right there. He accidentally fell down. He came right over the ankle. Feet of Kareem on that play.
Here's Julius. As he came in past Michael Cooper, Cooper fouled him, and now Westhead must consider when to take Kareem out and give him a breather. At the 8-minute mark, you're ahead now by 12 points. Here's Erving. Inside to Doc, and Doc comes up to the glass.
And the other thing about that injury, you will find that when a guy's hurt, it'll affect his defense much more than his offense.
On the go to Magic, a pretty pass to Wilkes.
Oh, that's beautiful basketball. Super feed. He wasted no time getting that ball over.
They put it down on Kareem, and Dawkins dishes Hollins. Stays within 10 at 7:26. Magic comes up, and it's offensive foul. That is his 4th offensive foul in the game.
That's a good call, too, Brent. Magic playing.
And his 5th foul overall, and 4 of them have been offense. And, of course, that goes as a turnover. So that contributes about half of his turnovers tonight, because he goes and sits down for the time with Nixon and Cooper, Landsberger, Abdul-Jabbar, and Wilkes. Julius jumps it into Dawkins, who was pushed as he took the pass inside by Kareem.
That basket would have counted had he made it.
You know, we've told you about the turnovers and the fouls, but Magic still has pulled down 13 rebounds in this game.
Here's your matchup, Kareem and Dawkins. Dawkins should take the ball to Kareem in this situation. As Wes mentioned, Brent, it affects you more defensively than it does offensively, and he is more or less backing away as Dawkins is in low. He can get his
last
shot.
time down the floor, he took it through the lane and gave some movement. They went in low to him that time, and Kareem simply had to push him. They go into Kareem. Dawkins is there with him.
There's a hook.
Backs, here it is.
Nothing wrong with that move.
It's back to 10 at 6:46. Julius up in the air, sent it across to Hollins, and as he rose, the foul is called on Landsberger.
Lakers already over the limit. So free throws all the way for Philadelphia with 6:40 left in the game.
We've got a timeout called by the Lakers. 6:40, a 10-point Los Angeles lead, and the NBA on CBS will continue. Bobby Jones with 4 for the Lakers, Magic with 5, and Jamal Wilkes with 4. And we'll be back on the air Friday night from the Spectrum in Philadelphia. 9 p.m. live on WCAU in Philadelphia, and 6 o'clock live on KNXT in Los Angeles. For the rest of you, consult your local listings to see if it'll be live or tape delay. 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in Game 5. Los Angeles leading Philadelphia by 10, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar playing despite that painfully sprained left ankle, and he has contributed mightily here to the Lakers' effort. But Russ, what surprises me is the fact that the Sixers, when Kareem was gone, didn't make a stronger rush, and I guess it was, as you pointed out, the rest of the Lakers sort of drawing strength from each other.
Well, what happened also, it seemed to bother the 76ers more than bother the Lakers. They didn't take advantage of, normally when Kareem goes out, the first thing they do is go inside right away. Tonight, they didn't do that at all. In fact, they took all outside shots almost all the time he was gone.
Dawkins fronting him. He's in behind. Wilkes from the right corner is off. Contact inside.
Landsberger shoving Julius Erving on a rebound play. Here's Kareem really trying to get position. Dawkins doing a wonderful job of fronting him, just keeping him away from the ball. There was Julius to help out, had the ball came in, and then Landsberger shoved Julius on the rebound play. And in the penalty, Erving will be at the line. But Billy Cunningham at the timeout, Brent, said we've got to stop them. That's the key now. They're too far behind to trade baskets. Time being a factor with 6:21 left.
Julius with 22. (95-86). 94-86. They changed that scoreboard. They had added the free throw to the Lakers total originally. Back now into Kareem. Kareem turns and puts a little set shot.
That's a pretty good player.
He has scored 36 points. He had one game with 38. Hollins left alone. Short. Landsberger with a rebound. Off now to Cooper. Here's Norm Nixon. Nixon maneuvering. Michael Cooper left side. Landsberger yanks it away on the fadeaway. Dawkins rebound Sixers. Loses it. Cooper goes after it and jumps up on Billy Cunningham. Cunningham is hit across the side of the face. Cooper caught the coach going out of bounds up over the top. See Billy touching it right there. He took a blow. He's tough. Can't hurt those guys from North Carolina. Watch Coop now. He's going to go over, and he's going to be out of control as he jumps up in the air, trying to get out of the way, and he slams into the left side of Billy C's face. And
Shut up, Coach. Just shut up.
We've got a timeout at the Forum. 5:34 left. 4 seconds to go with the Lakers leading the 76ers by 10. 76ers have Henry Bibby sending it to Daryl Dawkins. Dawkins will move it over to Julius. Doc comes inside and went to the flash with a sensational shot.
That's got to be 1 of 10. He makes them every day like that.
25 for Julius, and they close back into 8, and still a lot of time at the 5:14 mark. Kareem trying to position on Doc. On the hand, Bobby Jones is back out, knocked away and out of bounds. 7 seconds on the shot, so it'll go to 10.
He had him set up there, Brent. He was going to, I think, come back with that right-handed hook, but Dawkins alertly reached in and got a hand on it. Very dangerous, but he got away with it.
Jamal waits on the inbounds. Here's Landsberg. Cooper sends it in. Sky hook on its way. And Sixers control, and they can pull to within 6. A big trip for Philadelphia. Dawkins muscles Cooper out. Crowd wanted a foul. Dawkins comes up on Kareem, and there it is. 96-90, and here it is at 4:43. Philadelphia retreats on defense. Bibby will go with Nixon. Collins with Cooper. Magic Johnson out with 5 fouls. Nixon comes inside. Dawkins got him. And the crowd did not like how Darryl shoved him, but he shakes Norman's hand.
Never put the hand up on that play. This crashed right into him. And Nixon set it up with a stutter step move. Hesitate right there, the contact. Very smart play by little Norm Nixon.
76ers are starting to make a move. They're starting to take the tempo a little bit. So the next, they've got about 3 minutes that they've got to get it down to 5 or 6 points.
We can't trade with them like we're doing here.
2 important free throws by Norm Nixon.
And so the Lakers, this is where the Lakers are going to have to hold them off.
15 points for Nixon, 98-90, and 8 point difference at the 4:21 mark.
He held them together when Kareem was out, little Norm Nixon. Really has taken charge.
Double team Julius, flies in the air and goes to the glass and hits still another one.
Take that for the double team. You know, before the game, Billy Cunningham said he's going to need an outstanding game from Julius Erving tonight. And I asked him, outstanding by whose standards?
Nixon sends it back to Coop. Irving got a hand on it, knocked it away from Magic, who is
Watch this. They doubled him up here. Here comes Nixon, clear cross court. Dives between them. Cooley leaps and leans and hits off the glass. Perfect shot.
He took the daylight that time, indeed. Nixon comes across the lane. Big Doc has popped out on him.
And he's looking for help.
Coop. Dawkins gets back on the rebound, 98-92, and here come the Sixers again. Julius off now to Hollins. Sixers spin it inside. They're going to go to the doctor now. They want him to take charge.
Well, as he makes stuff around the basket, he has such control. They use all kinds of English, left and right, whatever's necessary.
3:30. Nixon on the penetration, got all tied up, and it'll be the Sixers again. Hollins had it deflected away. Wilkes got a hand on it, and it's Magic. Comes back down now to Norman. Kareem is still there. Nixon in the air to the glass.
That was a key play there.
Kareem did a great job there. He set up the block. He screened on that play, even though it was like a fast break play, and that freed Nixon for the shot.
And it was Jamal Wilkes coming away who got a hand on the ball and forced the turnover.
And look for the 2 possibilities. Norman,
You're listening to Westhead while you're watching Billy Cunningham, so please don't be confused.
Doc, you're coming up. We're hitting you.
There's Billy.
What I want you to do is give a look to Darryl coming across the lane. Darryl, if you don't get it, if Doc can't give it to you here, you go back. And Doc has this side to go to the basket and then get on the court. Bobby, make sure you get to the ball. And what we're doing is what we're doing as a mismatch, we're just having you go down the heel line now in this situation. And we'll look at Darryl set a screen for Doc. Doc comes up. Let's be ready for the trap also. Be ready for the trap.
3:10 to go in regulation. I'm Brent Musburger with Bill Russell and Hot Rod Hundley and all of us at CBS Sports. Hope you're enjoying this, the 5th game of the NBA World Championship Series. It's been a good one. Game 6, of course, is Friday night from Philadelphia. And we just hope that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's ankle will not tighten up at all tomorrow, and he'll be fine the rest of the way because we don't want to see anyone on either of these fine basketball teams injured. Ball will be out of bounds, 76ers, 194. Now it's a 6-point Laker lead. And we march down to the 3-minute mark. Bobby Jones moves Hollins. They cover up Dawkins inside. Here comes the man who's taken charge without a doubt. Bobby Jones tried to tap it in. Stays with it. Julius with it. They lose it. Kareem. They try to time up. Nixon comes up on Hollins. They've got open Lakers. They go to Cooper. Cooper got it on Dawkins. Dawkins, a great layout.
It's a great play by Nixon again to set it up, too. He got around Hollins, penetrated and dished it off.
Julius spins, goes to the jump shot, score it, and a chance for the three-pointer.
Well, here's your play a moment ago. Kareem outlets. Watch how Nixon gets around Hollins. Good head shoulder fake left. Went right. That's all he had to do. He had it all set up. Softly to Cooper. Who made a beautiful shot underhand style. Alley-ooped it up and in.
Julius Erving has scored 31 points, and hasn't he been something the last 2.5 minutes? Is he magnificent? You know he's coming. You throw a double team at him. He'll go spinners, inside roll, shoot it outside. We mentioned how badly Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wants a world championship. No one wants it any more than the doctor. Julius Erving, 102.97, magnificence. 2:23. Lakers will go into Kareem. Caldwell Jones will bump on him for a while. In foul trouble, Kareem went inside, and there is the young man missing the offensive rebound. Sixers almost tapped it in. Now it's Lionel Hollins. Hollins to the attack. Still time for a run fab pass. Magic, floor length, intercepted Julius. Wide and came down. It's to Lionel Hollins, 102.97. A big play for the Sixers. Hollins will take it, and he's got it. 102.99. It's a three-point game at the 153 mark. Nixon comes. Hollins is there. They force him into the corner. Back now to Magic. Kareem comes down. 5-on-5. Sets up on Caldwell. Cooper cuts to the hoop. Kareem to the sky. Hook. Just short. Julius had thrown in the air, and Kareem came away. Now it's back to Nixon. Nixon calls the play. Up plus 24, Los Angeles. Three-point lead. 129 on the game and counting down. Cheeks watching Nixon. Move Magic. Julius off to seal up Kareem. Magic to a left-handed shot. It'll be Caldwell Jones. Now they can pull to within a point, and they're fouled in the backcourt. Free throw time for Los Angeles, and big ones as Julius Erving went down, accidentally tripped up.
That was Kareem that tripped him up on the play, too. And that's a backcourt foul. Big play. Here's Julius. Kareem circling just to trying to get down the court, tripped him up there. And these are two big ones for Julius Erving at the line with the Lakers up by 3.
He has scored 32 points already for the game. Kareem with 36 points. Dawkins has scored 23. Many on those soft jumpers outside. Billy Cunningham and Al Domenico are there with Julius, along with Cheeks and Lionel Hollins. 18 points for Nixon, 14 for Magic Johnson, 13 for Cooper off the bench, his best shooting so far in this championship series. So here come a couple of big ones with the Lakers over the limit.
He'll have 3 chances to make 2.
Sixers will be within a point.
And Philadelphia with 14 fouls. Brent, the next foul they commit will send the Lakers to the free throw line. So both clubs from here on in will be shooting free throws on all fouls.
1:17 left for regulation, and Paul Westhead will use a timeout. Abdul-Jabbar and the Lakers go over while Billy Cunningham brings the 76ers. Billy is looking for Westhead if he makes a substitution. He does not. And Billy now turns to the Sixers. Lakers, this is a mighty big trip. 1:17 to go. 102-101. Lakers leading. Caldwell Jones now dueling away against Kareem with those 5 fouls. Timeouts left. Westhead and Magic huddle for the last time, and Magic comes out. He will be in the backcourt with Norm Nixon. Julius Erving has made 10 of Philadelphia's 17 free throws. They're 17 of 22. Lakers 22 of 28. The Sixers have shot only 3 free throws at the half. So they've been going inside more effectively here in the second half down the stretch. Caldwell will front Kareem, who draws in behind. Kareem comes up.
How about that?
Play to Kareem.
The big fella. Now that's a great move. He had his back to the basket.
I don't think they count the basket, did they? I think they called a foul before. Before a shot, yes.
No continuation.
They did not give him the continuation.
They call him down the floor, so he's got to make
I
two.
saw one of the referees come down with the right hand, Rodney. Did I?
It looked like it was a continuation play. Now he'll have the penalty. Kareem puts him up by 2. And this is a big, big free throw.
That's a big difference, too, Russ.
Yes.
Missed that
That's what makes a difference.
103-101. And now the Sixers can tie it. We are inside of a minute. It'll be the Doc. The Doc will spin. Cooper to the floor. It's on its way. Gets the roll. Not there. Caldwell Jones, offensive rebound, battles for it. Comes up. They get a fresh 24. Down toward 45. Here comes Julius. Double team by Nixon, and Julius is coming to the free throw line. Nixon has fouled him again, and here's the Doc.
How many's he missed in this game at the line, Brent? Julius hasn't hit that well. Free throws by Julius Erving.
He has made 10.
He's going to get 2 here, 1 plus the penalty.
He has scored a total of 34. Dawkins returns. And this free throw could tie this game at the 43-second mark.
And Julius is going to go to play guard. They take Lionel Hollins out. They put Julius Erving in, and he and Cheeks will be playing guard. In the front line of Dawkins, Caldwell Jones, and Bobby Jones. That's a pretty good team.
We are tied at the Forum in Game 5, and could you get a World Championship Series any closer than this?
No closer than that. And you got 2 guys, Billy Cunningham and Paul Westhead.
The Lakers came into this game favored by as many as 6 points. The Sixers kept picking away, and now, Bill Russell, I get the feeling that Julius Erving says, time out, everybody. This is my game right now.
Well, guys like Julius Erving, they keep in the game all the time, but when it comes down to the last minute, they want the ball, and they know what to do with it. Now, the Lakers are going to really have to double-team him now, because he's not giving it up.
Nixon comes across the line on Cheeks. Dawkins will front Kareem. Lob to Kareem in behind. They got the back door on Kareem, who took a blow and made the basket and drew the foul. Julius Erving came in behind to try to help out.
There's your play again. Beautiful round the horn. Magic with the assist. And there's your basket. Julius for the foul. And more importantly, Brent, they did it with 33 seconds left, which ensures them of getting the ball back again.
It's a 3-point lead as he makes the free throw. Timeout. Pressure on the Sixers as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar returns with a painfully sprained left ankle and hits the biggest field goals in the game for Los Angeles and maybe in this series. On the doctor, he's been something down the stretch. Interchange with Hollins. Here comes Julius. Julius comes up, finger roll off, and now it's Johnson, and it's the Lakers game at 28 seconds. Cooper's got an open man off Jamal's hand. The Sixers live to breathe again, and Billy C. will use a timeout.
They've got to go for a 3-point jump shot now, Brent. I don't think they can afford to drive in and hope for fouls. They've got to try one outside that circle and get a 3-pointer to tie this game up.
And Henry Bibby is probably the best chance they have in a 3-pointer.
I want to see this because with Cheeks hustling back, yes, indeed. Had the pass been there, Jamal could have moved right in for the field goal in that situation. He lost it, and it simply went out of bounds. I saw Cheeks coming. Now let's go back to Billy C. Henry, Doc.
What we're going to do is, Henry start out a little bit farther here. Look to just go down through line out and circle out to this area. Now, Doc, you're going to set the first screen for Henry. Darryl, you'll set the next one. Look to get to this area. Now, here, Henry. Now, what we want, Doc, after you set the screen here, you're stepping out to the 3-point area. We have Henry going to the 3-point area, and Lionel, you circle. So, Doc, now, if we can't hit Henry and we do get it to you, you don't have a good shot. Look to penetrate. Look to penetrate this situation. Force this man to do something defensively, or take it all the way to the hoop. And Lionel, you just look to roll and get to the spot. Okay?
23 seconds left. There is a man on the Sixers who is as good a clutch three-point man, I suppose, as you'd want, even though he hasn't had that good a series. I've seen Lionel Hollins, when he was a member of the Trailblazers, put him up from outside.
They may go to Bibby here, too, Brent. Here we go.
Bibby trying to bust free. Magic's with him. Bibby throws one up.
I believe he stepped out of bounds.
He stepped out of bounds. It goes over to the Lakers. He simply fired one from the hip on the turnaround with 22 seconds. Now the Lakers bring it up, running down the clock and leading. Magic dribbles free, chased by Bobby Jones, gets it Kareem. Here's Nixon, last 8 seconds, and they finally found Nixon Bibby. Let me see that angle where Bibby was. Bibby had swung free, Magic came with him, and oh yes, no question about it. It was downtown Inglewood. Was not even close and seemed to be throwing up a three-pointer under desperation.
Well, he had more time than he took. On a shot like that, all you got to do is take your time on a shot like that. Because then most of them are not going to foul you.
Here comes a nail for Nixon. 20 points. And give Norm Nixon a big assist. And what now appears to be this Laker triumph. With Kareem out, he rallied the Lakers, kept them going, drove them home to go now. They need a quick three-pointer and some defense. They pop to Dawkins. Dawkins from the corner is off, and Kareem wraps it up, and it'll be over, and Los Angeles will take a 3-2 lead in this NBA World Championship Series. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar returns. After spraining an ankle, he scored 40 points in this game here tonight. And Paul Westhead. Let's with Billy Cunningham and the Sixers.